Admiral Jack Reed stood on the bridge of the HSS Retribution, watching the alien fleet disperse like startled birds. Humanity had been patient for decades, playing the role of cooperative newcomers to the galactic stage. But patience had its limits. "They're retreating, sir," Lieutenant Anna reported, her voice steady despite the tension that had gripped the bridge for the past hour. "Let them run," Jack said. "They need to spread the word." The Galactic Council had never understood humans. From the moment of first contact, they had classified Earth as a death world, a planet so hostile that any species evolving there must be inherently dangerous. What the Council failed to grasp was that humans hadn't conquered their world through aggression alone, but through intelligence, cooperation, and a stubborn refusal to accept defeat. For 30 years, humans had played by the Council's rules. They accepted restricted territories, limited technology sharing, and monitoring of their military capabilities. They smiled and nodded when called violent primitives behind thinly veiled diplomatic language. They pretended not to notice when their colony applications were mysteriously denied. The Council believed they were containing a threat. In reality, humans were studying their supposed superiors, learning their weaknesses, and building their strength. The breaking point came when the Trill Empire, one of the Council's founding species, attacked the human colony on Proxima Centauri under the pretense of preventative security. 2,000 colonists died. The Council offered meaningless condolences and suggested humans should be grateful the response wasn't harsher. "Message from command, sir," Anna said, breaking Jack's reverie. "Operation Unveiling is authorized across all sectors." Jack nodded. "Send the signal." Throughout Council space, hundreds of seemingly ordinary human diplomatic vessels, trade ships, and research stations simultaneously revealed their true nature. Heavily armed warships and military installations that had been hiding in plain sight for years. On the Council homeworld of Pristia, Ambassador Tom Ellis sat calmly as panicked Council representatives demanded explanations. "For decades you've called us Death Worlders," Tom said, his voice echoing through the chamber. "You've treated us as barely contained savages. You've restricted our movements, limited our colonies, and now killed our people. Today, we stop pretending that we accept your mercy. Today, you learn what Death Worlders are truly capable of." On the screens behind him, reports flooded in from across Council space. No shots had been fired, but suddenly humans controlled every strategic location in the galaxy. Military vessels found themselves outgunned. Defense systems were neutralized. Communication networks were under human control. "This is not an invasion," Tom continued. "This is a correction. You've operated under the assumption that you were our superiors, graciously allowing us to exist in your shadow. That assumption ends today." Across the chamber, High Counselor Rax, a blue-skinned being known for his anti-human rhetoric, rose shakily. "You cannot possibly maintain control over Council space. There are thousands of worlds, billions of citizens." Tom smiled. "We don't need to control them. We simply need to control you." Back on the Retribution, Jack received confirmation that all objectives had been achieved with minimal resistance. Decades of preparation had paid off. Humanity had achieved in hours what the Council believed would be impossible in centuries. "The Trill fleet is requesting permission to return to their homeworld," Anna reported. "Denied," Jack replied. "They chose violence against civilians. Now they'll experience restrictions like those they imposed on us. Confine them to the outer system until further notice." On Proxima Centauri, Major Ben Miller oversaw the construction of a memorial to the colonists who had died in the attack. The surviving colonists worked alongside soldiers, their faces grim but determined. "Will there be war?" asked Lisa, a young colonist who had lost her parents. Ben shook his head. "No. War implies both sides have a chance of winning." In the Council chambers, Tom laid out humanity's terms. Earth would now hold 5 permanent seats on the Council. The classification of Death World would be abolished. All species would have equal rights to colonize suitable planets. Technology would be shared freely. "This isn't conquest," Tom explained. "This is correction. Humans don't want to rule the galaxy. We just refuse to be ruled. We've played the role you assigned us, the grateful primitives, the potential threat to be managed. We're done with that role. A month later, with the new arrangements firmly in place, Jack stood in the observation deck of Earth's orbital station, watching ships from 100 worlds come and go freely. Beside him stood Tom, recently returned from Pristia. "They're adapting quickly," Tom said. "Some even seem relieved." "Fear is exhausting," Jack replied. "They spent decades afraid of what would happen if we stopped accepting their mercy. Now they know." "And what happens next?" Tom asked. Jack watched as a Trill vessel, newly permitted to travel again, docked at the station. "We do what humans have always done. We build, we learn, we grow.